checkered. Never mind, they're gonna be. Oh,
in Africa!
never mind.
Who is that?
Dixon in the driver's seat, Ingram behind him down the back straightaway. A little bit of juking out there. It's like a football field.
Yeah, taking some IndyCar lines down the back straightaway. Ingram really closes up on the back bumper of the 15. He's all over it as we go through 3 and 4. He's there on the bottom. He's to the inside. Coming to the checker flag. Oh, the big comes in. All 3 of them. Around 5 and 1.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Pocono Raceway for tonight's coverage of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series here on JTN. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky. Alongside me tonight, the one, the only, Mr. Richard Collette. Welcome to the booth, Ricky.
Hi there, Joe. It's glad to be back for another great night here racing at Pocono Speedway.
That's not
Raceway.
correct.
Raceway.
You just evil, you know?
Man. Alright, already on the board for the night.
Already in the curse jar. Apologies for the late start on the stream. I think it was only probably late by a minute. Had some difficulties, aka I forgot to reset the video output to be the correct resolution, but now it should be fine for you at home, so hope you're enjoying the great video quality that we have here on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to us here at JTN. You can head on over to our Facebook page. I post the link in the video description as well as in chat. You can also check out our Twitter, which is linked in the video description. JoeTowNetwork. Ricky, tonight at the Pocono Raceway, it's going to be a tricky race for these drivers.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tricky race. That's why they call it the Tricky Triangle. It's the old version of Pocono here, not the repave, mind you. The old, the old worn surface. 1 lane, more grass than a cow pasture. It's old school Pocono here. It's tricky, it's menacing. There's going to be a lot of tire conservation tonight, a lot of high speeds, a lot of heavy braking, and we're even going to see some downshift in here.
Hey, we're going to see a lot of fun stuff here tonight at the Bomb Squad Racing League. So happy to be back here with these guys from the Pocono Raceway. 80 laps. It's a long one, folks. It's not a sprint. It is definitely a marathon tonight here from Pocono. We're so glad you're going to be taking this journey with us here on JTN. Feel free to chat with us. We see Ultra in chat, or Ulta, excuse me. I put an R in there. Shouldn't have put it in there. Ulta in chat, talking about how he's going to be eating some burgers. We're not paid by his the specific company, so I feel like I can't say it. But he's going to be eating some Burger King tonight, so that's fun. Ricky, what's your favorite fast food place?
Not Burger King.
Same. Least favorite's Burger King. Not a fan. Not a fan. I think it's because I don't have any good Burger Kings around me, though. So I think that's probably why.
See, the problem is, I've been told the same thing too, and yeah, I've been to Burger Kings literally. Yeah, but you have an different
excuse.
Areas of the country. Yeah, and I still, it's on principle. I'm not wild on them. We're losing a lot of valuable money here. We're
not getting paid.
Burger King deal.
Yeah, well. Now, if we got a deal, they would be our favorite, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'd choke back chicken fries if they told me just to eat chicken fries.
Chicken fries are pretty decent.
Chicken fries are actually pretty decent, yeah.
What were we talking?
Fries.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Bomb Squad Racing League here from Pocono. We saw some pretty fast lap times, 52.7s, I believe. So we're just under a minute a lap. It's like, again, it's a marathon tonight. These boys, they're going to have their hands full. This Pocono Raceway is definitely a tricky track. You have 3 distinct corners here, starting with turn 1.
Yeah, it's turn 1 is going to be a crazy. It's going to be a crazy time here, Joe. That front straightaway is one of the longest in the business here. Front straightaway at Pocono. So you're coming off turn 3. You're already carrying a lot of speed. You're doing about 130, 140. In the center of the turn there, and from the center off, you're just full throttle, hammer down. And by the time you get to the end of this long straightaway, you're probably doing about 195, close to 200 miles an hour. And then you got to get hard on the brakes and bring it all the way down to on this version of Pocono with that old surface, it's going to be like, I don't know, 130 miles an hour. You're bringing it down a lot in a very short amount of time. The brakes are imperative here.
Yeah, turn 1 modeled after the Trenton Speedway in Trenton, New Jersey. Turn 2, though, is a throwback to the most iconic speedway in all of racing, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And turn 3, that flat turn 3, based on the corners at Milwaukee, at the Milwaukee Mile. But Ricky, qualifying has now been completed. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With pleasure, Joe, for tonight's event here at Pocono Speedway for the BSR Racing League.
Raceway, that's 2. I'm going to start a tally. I am starting a tally.
Here tonight, I'm just going to stop saying it. I'll just say Pocono. Here tonight at Pocono, BSR Racing League. So we have 19 cars on the entry list for tonight's event. Only 11 of them have taken a time tonight. And starting on the pole will be the 193 car, BSR Ricky J, at a time of 52.534 seconds. Starting in the second spot on that front row will be BSR Killjoules in the 029. BSR Greg Lavelle in the 088 will be starting third. Robert Bockham in the 118 will be starting fourth. And rounding out the top 5 will be BSR Keith MC in the 28 car. Joining Keith on that same row will be the BSR Chevy Chase in the 096 car, rolling off 6th. Terry Scott in the 66 will start 7th tonight. Nelly in that 103 car will be starting 8th. Monte Keller in the 028 will be starting 9th this evening. Robbie, I forgot how we said this last time. Robbie Nices, right. Not Robbie, I always want to say Nices, like niece. Robbie Nices in the 54 will round out our top 10 for this evening.
Old bandit.
And the last car to take a time in qualifying will be the 144 car, BSR Magoo. And he will roll off in the 11th spot. Starting the 12th will be 33, BSR Jimmy Dale. BSR Aussie Bill in the 021 will be starting 13th tonight. Starting in the 14th spot will be BSR Silver Bullet in the 4 car. Denny Daniels in the 37 will be starting 15th. Vance Bach in the 77 will be starting 16th. Jeff Havoc in the 101 will be starting 17th. BSR Brain Fade in the 49 will be starting 18th. And rounding out the field tonight will be the 86 car of Andrew Miller in the 19th spot. And that will be your starting lineup for tonight. Fixed setups are off. Realist damage level is on moderate. And it's going to be a nice 70 degrees here for the entire race.
Nice
So, pretty good
crisp.
conditions here for a nice 20 car field, Joe.
Nice crisp 70 degrees.
Nice crisp.
Crisp.
Much like a nice Busch Light.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. See,
Also,
now
not being
we're putting
paid.
money in for these guys, yeah.
Hey,
Guys on track.
gotta promote those sponsors. And a big thanks to Brian and Kathy Voiles from Voiles Trucking for helping put this together for these guys. I know all of these drivers are very appreciative. Obviously, we talk to the top 3 every week. They thank you guys. But I know everyone here is very thankful for getting these races broadcast here on JTN, and we are very thankful to the Voiles family and Voiles Trucking for helping be the presenting sponsor here of the Bomb Squad Racing League Cup Series on JTN.
Yeah, so the field here looks like we have a minute and a half here left in happy hour before we get rolling for tonight's event. Tonight's going to be, like I said, Joe, tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Pocono's got a really weird characteristic to it. Like we were talking about with its 3 different turns. That turn 1 is like nothing else on the race circuit. I really don't know how you would describe that, but man, turn 2 and turn 3 really do kind of behave exactly like their inspiration, as it were. Indy, that turn 2, like at Indy, you really got to just attack that low line. If you can get those left side tires anywhere close to the apron, or anywhere close to the rumble strip, I should say, that's going to be the best way to rotate it here. And turn 3 is almost flat and fast, but it's got like a little bit of a short track attitude to it. It's just, this whole track's got such a weird vibe for such a massive facility, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited for this. I love Pocono.
Hey, Pocono's a fun track.
It is always a fun time.
It's spring break for a lot of people around the country too. You know, it is,
Yeah.
Ricky. Don't you miss spring break? I know I miss spring break because I didn't get spring break this year at college. They were like, nah, you're going to go party and bring the old cough back. And,
yeah, it was pretty nice. I don't even remember what I did. I think I usually just slept during my spring breaks.
Yeah, that's what I was really looking forward to doing because this semester, my goodness, you gotta love engineering schools.
But yeah, anyone that says anything about wild parties is lying to you.
Yeah.
You go home and you sleep for a week because you're too tired to actually do anything.
Unless you actually go and you pay for a plane ticket to go somewhere.
Unless you have a job, yeah, that too. But all you want to do is sleep. And
that's all I want to do.
Usually not a bad way to spend a spring break, I would say. I have no regrets of doing that.
Well, our friend Ulta is spending spring break editing videos, watching JTN, eating Burger King, and waiting for the JTN merch to arrive. So,
I just said he invented spring break for some reason.
I did not say that.
The inventor of spring break.
John Spring Break invented spring break in 1492. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That's where I got that number from.
That wasn't even in spring, though. That was in October.
Well, still, it was the same year. It was just in the spring before that. You know?
True.
We're just spouting nonsense right now. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for this race. You're going to want to tune in. Make sure you share the video with your friends. Be a friend, tell a friend. I definitely lifted that from somebody else, but hey, be a friend, tell a friend.
And the clock's running out here in happy hour. 3, 2, 1. So we should be going to race here, and there it is.
Whoop whoop! You ready to go racing?
Tonight's race here for Pocono. This one should be a fun one. Gonna be a bit of a, almost a bit of a race of attrition here. Like I said, 80 laps. It's about gonna be at a minimum maybe 70 minutes, just a hair over an hour. And, you know, we've had smaller races that have definitely gone over an hour. So for everyone's sanity, one thing that we definitely want to do is keep it green here tonight. But it's for the driver's sanity down there, too. Just the amount of laps they're going to have to log off here. That's really going to be it's going to be a lot to take in all at once.
Well, KJ writing in chat, kilojoules in that 029 car, right? He's going for 3 in a row, Ricky. 3 in a row. Oh,
Is it?
Oh, buddy. Can you imagine 3
pretty
wins?
big task.
Can you imagine winning 3 races?
Can you imagine winning a race?
Oh my god. I wish.
Yeah, I know. Wild, right?
That's why we're in the booth. There's the command to start these engines. Getting ready to go. Green flag race. Voiles trucking machine of BSR Ricky J on row 1. 2 is outside. It's that 029 car.
And the reset.
BSR kilojoules. Big sad. We'll try again.
Drivers,
Try again.
to your cars.
We'll try again. Hershey's take 2. 500.
Yeah. That's not a thing anymore, right? Hershey's Take 2, whatever it's called.
It was take 3.
Like,
wasn't it? Isn't that what we... I don't know.
That was like Take 5 or something.
Take 100. Take as many as you want. You know? Oh, brother. You gotta love group projects, man. AJ wrote back in. Figured he jinxed it early. There's the command one more time. Guy giving the command sounds just as enthusiastic as he did the first time. We gotta make some of those. Maybe we'll get the JTN fans to do some custom commands. That'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly.
Put that one in the memory bank, huh?
Yeah, get that all front and center there. Or just get Tommy to record like 5 of them.
I mean, he could probably do 100. We could have Bristol do one. Just get him to bark.
I used to have the old that old recording of the Coke commercial with Tony Stewart, where he's taking like the big sip when he's getting retired. He's like, I'm not retired yet, but it's like the bass boosted version, because I can't remember who had that, but somehow they gave it to me, or I found it, or I downloaded it, put it in my race command. So I think for a solid like 4 years there, while I had my laptop, I was just hidden in race commands among all of the default ones. So every now and then I just start a race and get my ears absolutely blown out because I forget to take it out.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all. You know,
Well, no one knows what's going on because it's Pocono Speedway, Joe. No one knows how this track's made.
Third time. That's $3 in the jar.
$3 in the jar.
Pocono Speedway. Can't say that, Ricky. It's Raceway here.
Pocono
BSR
International Raceway Park.
BSR Ricky J on row 1 with BSR Killer Jules, Greg Lavelle, or BSR Greg Lavelle. I'm Bomb Squad Racing, Greg Lavelle, and Robert Bauckham there on row 2. Row 3, it's old KJ in that 28, or not KJ, Mac Daddy, Keith MC with the, I believe that's the 96 machine of old BSR Chevy Chase. His outside. Look at me going. Remembering names after not being here last week. We had that A-Main podcast 250. And it's 66 machine of Terry Scott. 103 car Nelly. 028 Monty Keller and 54 of Robbie Nice's. They're rounding out your top 10 here for the start. Pace car makes its way down pit road. We're getting ready to go racing here from the tricky triangle. Into the start zone we go, and green flag is in the air. We're underway with the Bomb Squad Racing League Cup Series from Pocono.
Gonna take them quite a bit here, get up to speed. Down this long straightaway, about 170 miles an hour. This restarts are a little strange, but you see that 029 hanging tough on the outside of the 193. Or BSR Ricky J having a bit of a transponder issue, but he clears them. It looks like he'll lead him down into the tunnel turn.
Big power move there on the outside from old KJ out there. And that Busch Ice machine. He's going to move into the lead and start trying to extend it.
Gotta say, what's weird about this track is you almost take it into turn 1 on restart. I don't think you ever actually get a chance to shift into 4th gear. You just have to stay in 3rd gear the entire time. 029 hangs out really wide here coming through turn 3. He's gonna let the 193 Ricky J get back up on him. Joe, do we call this a 193 or the 93? Because it says 93 on the side of the car.
Same difference, you know?
Yeah, there's no 93 here tonight, so I think it's forgivable to just say the 93. A little further back here, 86 Andrew Miller going to be inside the 4 here of Silver Bullet. Bullet pulls ahead. Oh, the 028 of Monte Keller gets into the turn 1 wall. He's stuck up there. He's going to keep going.
That's a name I know, old Andrew Miller, making his first race here, at least where we've been broadcasting.
Yeah, I had to do a double take there when I read the little entry list. But, man, you can see how much these guys are hanging it. Look at Robert Bauckham swinging it off the tunnel turn there.
I don't like that, man. You're using up those rear tires a little too much. Oh!
29 kilojoules gets really loose, almost loses it, recovers it beautifully, but he's going to lose a few spots here.
And we're 3 wide.
The 088, the 28. Keith MC's going to race
we got a caution.
Greg Lavelle.
Got a caution.
It looks like the 54 of Robbie Nice's.
Oh, Silver Bullet around. Bullet. Let's get you a replay.
It's not Nice's.
It is Nice's. Are you...
Looks like the 4.
4 goes around first, and I bet you the 54 slowing up for it.
Yeah, I think, did he ever actually... I don't think he ever actually, spun. He was just slowing up. That's what I meant when I said it isn't Nice's.
Yeah, okay.
Because I accidentally said that. He was the first one I saw slow there, so I attributed the incident to him. But
how rude. How unprofessional of you.
But, yeah, it looks like 4 Silver Bolt there. Just drove it in a little too deep. Now, we just saw this happen to the 029 there. That rear end starts to step out, and you're really trying to fight it. Remember, open setups here, so the name of the game is really to get your car as loose as possible.
Yeah.
So some of these guys are very much on, especially on cold tires, they're very much on a ragged edge here, anticipating a long enough run that those tires are going to start wearing in. A little bit of setback there for kilojoules, so BSR Ricky J will take the point on this. Presumably, if they come back green, I don't think anyone's going to come down pit road since they didn't even get really 3 laps on those tires.
Yeah, maybe guys towards the back. Maybe we're looking for an adjustment early here.
Why are you saying that? Oh, look at this big split. A lot in kilojoules. Robert Bauckham, Chevy Chase, Nelly, Magoo, Miller, Havoc. Aussie Bill, Brain Fade, Monty Keller, Silver Bullet. Well, the Silver Bullet's a given, but a lot of guys came down here. Probably more than stayed out. From just a quick glance here, that's going to shuffle up this whole front lineup just a little bit from the 028 on back.
Interesting start here to this race from the Tricky Triangle. So glad you're joining us here tonight from the Pocono Raceway. I'm Joe Towinski, Ricky Collette up here in the booth, Bristol, our producer, back in the truck. Man, oh man. These guys, they got single file quick, Ricky. They got single file quick.
That was really quick.
That was the thing I noticed. We were off for turn 1 and we were already single file. I don't know if that was, you know, I'm assuming there's guys being like, hey, we want to have fun tonight. We don't want to wreck early. But boy, oh boy, they got single file real quick.
No, that's the name of the game of this track, honestly. You know, it's Pocono. Like I said, it really, this is the old version of Pocono. It's a very slick track. It's very, you know, very loose, as you've seen. It really is kind of a one-lane racetrack. You can make that outside lane kind of work if you really got a fast piece under here, but for the most part, the best way around here is as close to that apron as you can get.
Yeah. It's going to be important to watch as this race progresses how things fall, right? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we get going here, we're going to get a little bit of an interesting setup. With that pitch cycle, you know, again, we only had about 3 or 4 laps. Not even 3 or 4 laps. We really only had like 2 laps on these tires. So this front shuffle, I'd say from the 33 on back, 33
coming to
54
pit road.
are going to pit road. So that's going to change it. From the 37 to Denny Daniels on back, everyone, as far as I know, just came in, took 4 tires and fuel.
Not including the 37.
Yeah, not including the 37, I mean. So that's going to make for an interesting little shakeup here. We're going to see what tire wear actually does on a short run here, how quickly that sets in, you know, how long these guys are going to be able to hold off that whole second group, how quickly the tires equalize, if they equalize. There's a lot of factors at play here that really this early caution is going to give us a very nice little test session to figure out what that means for later on in the race in terms of strategy.
What do you think it's going to mean? If you had to guess right now.
I don't know. My brain usually abides by Murphy's Law. So my thought's always going to be if there's tire wear, then it's going to be noticeable.
Look at me. I know how to say if anything bad can happen, it will happen. I'm fancy. Murphy's Law.
Look,
I'm Ricky Collette. I'm so fancy.
Look, you're asking me about it, but the honest truth is that a lot of tracks, especially a lot of these older surfaces, I've noticed usually any tire wear does hurt your performance just a little bit. So yeah. I would say tentatively I think there is going to be difference. What's going to be the big question is how much that difference is, I guess, and how quickly the tires equalize out.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, maybe that 2 laps that we had at speed, probably not enough to be like, hey, we should pit. But if we get, you know, a 5-lap run maybe late in the race and then get a caution to set us up for 2, 3 to go, I would think at that point, Robert Bauckham taking a shortcut. You can't do that. I would think that's where you're going to end up wanting to pit.
Yeah, I don't think Kilojoules here is going to come blowing by these guys like they're standing still. I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference.
Unless his car's really good. Remember, going for 3 wins in a row. So, I don't know.
It is a very good car, but we've already seen that might actually be part of the reason why he came down when he saw everyone else coming. Maybe to make some quick adjustments on that 029 Busch Lights machine. See if he can kind of adjust a little bit of that looseness out of it so that he can be a little more stable early in the run here. Yeah. You saw that. He was fast, but the issue was that the car just kicked out and he couldn't... He got very close to disaster there. It was kind of a saving grace that caution happened because it kind of stemmed the bleeding.
Yep. We'll restart like this. BSR Ricky J up front. Greg Lavelle outside. Then you got Keith MC, 66 of, I took my glasses off. Not a good idea because I got to read my list. 66 of BSR Terry Scott. 37 Denny Daniels. 029 of old Kilojoules. 118 Robert Baucom. 096 Chevy Chase, BSR Chevy Chase. 108 BSR, or 103 rather, BSR Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Don't be wrecking now. These boys will make fun of ya. And that 86 of Andrew Miller. 144 car BSR Magoo. 021 of BSR Aussie Bill, who's actually in our chat over down under. That was terrible. I will never do it again, I promise. 49 machine of Brain Fade. 028 of Monty Keller. 54 Robbie Nices. 101 machine. That is Jeff Hammock. 33 car of BSR Jimmy Dale. And then the 4 car BSR Silver Bullet, who brought out the first yellow with self spin down in turn 3. What are you looking for this time, Ricky?
Who gets the best restart here? We saw it last time by Ricky J. Did a great job of hanging on to it, going down the front straightaway, but the 029 was just close enough that he was able to hang on side by side going through the turn there. And you saw it was so good center off that he was just able to blow on by the leader.
Yeah. Hearing a report from the 029 car, they just had a banana peel on the tracks. That's why they got loose. So they're okay now. Getting ready to go back green flag racing because I just saw a comment in chat that I cannot agree with. BSR Ricky J with control into the restart zone we go. Green flag, we're back racing from Pocono.
See Ricky J here get a pretty good jump. See what happens when Greg Lavelle takes that high line in, if he's got the same speed in that Ford Mustang, or if he's going to fall in line here riding the leader. It looks like Ricky J actually gets ahead of him, kind of takes away his line so that he can arc it in, and he's going to hang on to this lead.
66 car further on back with Terry Scott starting to fall back, was on that outside line. A little dusty up there right now. Gets back in line in front of Robert Baucom. He'll maintain that 6th position.
And here they go. They kind of start freight training here. Terry Scott gets a little bit high. It's going to let Robert Baucom get to the inside of him. The big hornet's nest of cars coming into turn 3 here.
And that 66 stayed out, and now this is where we're going to see the old tire 66 way up high. Little slick down there in that flat turn 3. 103 Nelly. Big send down to the inside. They're going to be side by side down the front straightaway for about 10th. Move the 103 up into the top 10. Side by side now for second. It's the 088 car. Greg Lavelle with Keith MC. Mac Daddy on the bottom. 28 going to the inside. Makes the pass for second.
Yeah, and he's going to throw it in deep here. See if the 088 can get him back on the bottom. I don't think the 28's going to be able to move back down the track. I think the car's going to be too tight for that.
I think your favorite announcer would have started yelling slide job there, because that was a send from that 28 car and Davey Allison machine.
Now, keep an eye on this 93 machine of BSR Ricky J when we get into turn 3 here. You'll see what it means to be fast at Poconos. You see 088 have a moment there coming through the tunnel turn. Watch how much the rear end kicks out in this 93 machine. You can just see how much is rotating there. Actually, it was a little more subdued than it was actually last time, too. It almost looked like he was... But these guys are on the absolute edge right now.
He's probably listening to you.
Yeah, to be fast around here definitely is to be loose. And turn 3 is where it's going to bite you the most because it's such a flat track. But look, we got a battle for the lead here as Keith MC's getting to the inside of the 93 car.
Big run coming down here in turn 1. That 193 of Ricky J. Going to have at least a little bit of momentum down the back straightaway, or down the long pond straightaway. Although, still going to be side by side going into the tunnel. And he'll just let him go there.
A little further back here, 37 Denny Daniels has gone to the inside of the 088 car. And he's trying to make that pass. We'll see if he can do it, throwing it into turn 3 here. This is probably the best place to make a charge on the outside line around this place. As you see the 088, but he washes up just a little too much.
Got a little loose.
Has to save it.
Get that banana peel.
Yep.
Gonna lose a couple positions there. Move Greg Lavelle back a couple spots. Gonna face a challenge from the 096 BSR Chevy Chase.
BSR Chevy Chase gonna get to the inside of the 088 here. See if he can side him up coming into turn 1. He's got the momentum. But it looks like the 088 has the car to hang on the outside there.
I've noticed this outside doesn't get a really good run off of turn 1. Why is that?
Could be a number of things. You could there's a bit of a
What would you think?
These two guys here.
What would you think?
I'm not really sure. I guess just the nature of the track. Maybe there's not as much grip up there to get that run off. Maybe you just gotta have the car set up so it's rotating mainly on top. Maybe it's just a little too loose up there. Maybe just a little too tight. There's a ton of factors. The fact that it's all varied with the setup right now makes it a little hard to give a straight answer on why that's hard to do at the moment. But one thing I've noticed about coming around this track in the high line, attacking these turns as the 86 and Miller pulls back in behind the 88 here, you can attack from that outside line in a few spots at this place, or you can kind of defend from the outside line if someone gets to the inside of you. You can full stop cannot do that going through turn 2. There's just the guy down low can cut the turn so much, so it can cut so much distance off the turn by getting close to the rumble strip that it's really not going to pay off running up high. And also, you see how much these guys are washing up the track. You're really going to be fighting the car a lot more to keep it away from the wall, trying to run the high line through there. So turn 2 is one place you really don't want to be trying to make moves and be caught in that outside lane. Well, further up here, though, it looks like Robert Baucom's challenging the 029 car for position for 4th spot. Looks like he's going to fall back in line.
He scrubbed that wall a little bit there.
Yeah, he got a little bit of hang up, but Killjules 2 had a really good run coming off of turn 3.
Still single file top
here.
5. We were going to say, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say a little further back here, 08 BSR Greg Lavelle is continuing to fade here. Looks like that car's not handling to his liking right now because he's kind of fallen into the clutches of the 86 car again. Kind of looks like he's throwing it in. The car's not really planting the way that he probably wants it to.
Are you a Powerade or a Gatorade guy?
Depends on what kind of Gatorade.
What does that mean?
I like Powerade. Well, I like Powerade. I like Gatorade, but I also really just like light blue, the Frost Gatorade.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really like blue Powerade because that's the only good dark blue one. Because I don't really like normal. Well, I like normal blue Gatorade, but I prefer the light blue one.
Normal blue Gatorade's booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's as far as Bristol said we can go.
That's where I stand on the Powerade versus Gatorade. But you see, Denny Daniels taking a little interesting line here. Goes down low, kind of trying to break the draft on that
IndyCar line. IndyCar line.
You know, it's not a bad idea because honestly, these straightaways are so long and so fast. They are getting the draft as Killjuice is going to get to the inside here. There is a little bit of a draft at play, and if you can kind of break that, at least it can help you a little bit to fend someone off. There's not much you could do when they get a good run coming off the turn as the 029 really chases up the track again there, and that's going to let the 37 get right back up to him. 37's just going to push him.
Yeah, he's going to choose to push him there, but he's got to make a decision because that 118's got a big run coming too. Robert Baucom also going to do the same, stay in line and work together here. Two guys out in front with that 029. This is where we saw him get loose. You know, last run we saw a couple laps, a little heat in the tires. That thing kind of got a little loose. Maybe it was taking a little easy here. Now has that similar condition with those tires. Maybe starting to struggle with the loose feeling race car.
Yeah, it could be the case, and you know, honestly, staying in line there is a pretty good heads-up move by Denny Daniels. You know, so it's Pocono, it's a big track, it's a long race. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and
know when to walk away.
Yeah, and I think know when to run. But I think that's what Denny did right there. He could have raced the 029 all the way down the straightaway, but he knows that Killjules has a fast car, and that he's gonna attack him again as Robert Bachman see inside. He knows that car was going to be fast if he gets ahead of him anyways. Maybe right now, just don't try to put up too crazy of a fight. Put yourself on the line for an incident.
Speak of battle, 86 and 088 still battling for position going down into turn 1. Andrew Miller, Greg Lavelle. Lovell.
Yeah.
Lovell.
It's like reflex. I always want to say
I got
Lavelle.
it. I think I made up for it. Lovell. Greg Lovell.
It seems like Lovell's setup, the way that car's set up, it seems like he keeps losing ground to the 86 in a lot of places around the track as a 66 gets past him.
86. I think that 86 just doesn't feel good on the bottom. He's kind of got to be single file. Maybe not confident in the race car right now, trying to make passes.
Yeah, because it almost seems like the 088's rallying back every time that pass almost gets made, but then you can't really get back away. This time by it looks like he's starting to actually do it, though.
I was going to say, trying to get to the inside of old Nice Robin Nieces, or not Nieces. Oh my goodness,
Nelly.
BSR Nelly.
Nelly.
Oh my, wheels are falling off the wagon, folks.
Speaking of wheels, it looks like that 93 car is wheeling it around the track right now. Is caught our leader, Keith MC. Last time by, BSR Keith MC ran a 53.711, and the 193 ran a 53.365. So he was quite a few tenths faster than our leader here. I'm thinking that 28 car might be starting to have his handling go away on that Haviland machine.
And what do you think? He just maybe ran it too hard? Maybe this is just the point where the setup kind of swings back. Oh, 29 big loose off the corner. Do you think? Do you think it's just, you know, just a matter of time before we see this happen again next run, or is there something that you can do as a driver?
There could be a few things. Maybe he burned out his tires too hard trying to race the 193 initially, and now it's starting to hurt him later on. Maybe it's something about his handling. This time by, he runs a faster lap than 193, so it could be a matter of maybe the 28 misses mark at a turn or something.
Yeah.
While we're off camera from him.
And I was gonna say, this track race is so much like a road course, right? And
Yeah,
that's something that's very common in road course racing. Is you screw up one turn and then all of a sudden you're 5 seconds off your pace.
Yeah, it is very much any small little deviation from the fast way around here can cost you literally multiple tenths of a second, and these guys are all on the absolute edge. So you know, the minute that you kind of slip up even slightly, the next guy behind you is going to take your place. So it's a it's a tricky beast. You really got to deal with it for the entire time. And right now, 28 BSR Keith MC looks like he's starting to manage that gap once again. The 029 Killjoy is actually getting on the back bumper of Ricky J here.
So we got a Fusion, a Mustang, and a Cadillac. Is that a CTS? I'm assuming.
Yes, I want to say.
They all look the same. All the caddies look the same.
But we'll see after the race. But right now, it looks like that 193 is actually kind of getting a lot of challenge from that 029 to BSR Killjoy here. More than probably what the 28 was having from the 93 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it could also be possible that maybe Keith MC's managing his tires. Maybe he's not trying to push it right now. He's letting these guys track him down. He knows he's got a fast car. He's not really trying to overdo it. And oh, the 108 cars, 101 cars around in turn 3. And we are still under green. Jeff Havoc stopped on the track down by pit road.
Get you a replay real quick. I have a feeling I already know what happened. Oh, maybe not. Outside the four car, a little warp. Just a little bit of contact to that fender. 101 already in kind of a tricky place. Not really anyone's fault there, just close racing.
BSR Magoo off into the grass, coming down the straightaway, going into the dog leg. He recovers it and gets back on track. It really is a road course, Joe. We got guys off in the grass.
Well, there's that. What Ricky just talked about. I wonder if something happened with the racing wheel there.
Yeah, that looks like a...
It looks like something disconnecting, or maybe game minimizing.
When we're talking about all that, Killjoy's got by the 93. Now he's tracking down the leader.
Well, it would appear pit stops... Maybe not. I was going to say it would appear pit stops have begun, but then again, it was the 101 car down there after that spin.
Look at the dog leg here. You see Killjoy is catching up big roll. He is picking up speed on this 28 of Keith MC. Looking to the inside, gonna think twice about it this time by coming through turn 3. But he'll probably have a great run.
Yeah, look at
just
this.
Getting through that center off so well right now. And they're coming up on a lap car. Nice's
gonna take its pit road.
Nice's, who is coming down pit road, yeah.
That's another one in the jar.
Another one in the jar.
We are gonna owe Bristol so much money. I don't think we're gonna get paid.
Yeah, now it's starting to become a consistent thing here. Keith MC has been about 2 tenths slower than the second place car, Killjoys. Killjoys keeps getting really good runs center off. You can see that that's where the 28's struggling, like it's finding a tight condition at the moment. Killjoy's gonna push him into the dog leg here. We'll see how.
Give him a little too much speed.
Yeah, let's see how he handles that. 28 handles it pretty good, but sometimes when someone pushes you into a turn like that, that's how you overdrive it, because they give you all this momentum that you can't go anywhere with. And you can only do so much to slow the car down. At some point, you're just like, you know, 28 coming down pit road.
Big moment for the 29, 029 off the quarter.
BSR Keith MC, BSR Terry Scott, BSR Greg Lavelle, Andrew Miller. They're going to call the bluff here. Come down pit road first. 22 laps into this event. So, what do you think, Joe? Not even 20 laps on fuel.
Yeah, well, it'll probably be a
These guys-
3-stop race.
Yeah, so... I mean, some of these guys, I think, were on old tires, too, I think.
Well, yeah, what, 2 laps older?
Yeah,
Which we really didn't see.
Not the older tires, but I mean the just the difference in fuel. This track's very big. That's something that does matter a lot. One lap of extra fuel used here means
fuel means nothing. Nothing, Ricky. It only gets us. It only makes the go pedal go.
And 29's slowing up here. BSR Ricky J is going to be slowing down too. They're going to be side by side coming down pit road. Ricky J really making sure that he gets all the potential he can out of these pit stops.
That's going to give Robert Bauckham the lead here in the 118 Menards Barrett Jackson machine. That's an interesting combination. Barrett Jackson Menards.
I'm trying to remember because I think that is a Paul Menard scheme.
Yeah.
That they did run at some point.
You save big money at Menards, but I don't think people have ever said they saved money at Barrett Jackson.
Big money at Barrett Jackson. I mean, if you go on a Wednesday or Thursday when they bring out like the D list cars.
That's true.
If you want like a 98 like.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to Mike
BMW.
Joy talk about random cars. I love it. I live for it.
Very close going off pit road here, but Killjules gets back ahead of Ricky J, but they're going to be bumper to bumper coming off pit road. Here comes Keith MC right around him, so put Keith MC back on point when this all shuffles through.
Bauckham coming to pit road, big time. Oh, he locked him up, but he might have sped there.
BSR Killjules, big stumble in turn 1, trying to get his car up to speed. Looks like he kind of had to chase it getting through turn 1. Those cold tires will let Ricky J get to the inside of him. Ricky J's going to make the pass going through the tunnel turn here, so BSR Killjules losing 2 spots.
And if you're Keith MC in that 28 car, you're liking what you're seeing in your rear view mirror right now. Those 2 cars battling on the new tires, using up that little feel good, you know?
Oh, 29 gets really loose. 37 does. Oh, 29 into the wall. He keeps it straight, but that's going to be a lot of time lost. BSR Killjules coming back down pit road, Joe.
Oh my goodness, this changes everything.
Looks like he's got a speeding penalty, which if that's the case, then my goodness, did Ricky J play that perfectly.
I don't know. He lost time to the 28, though.
He didn't lose time. He came in behind him.
Yeah, but look at how big that gap is now. The 28.
My apologies. No, he plays beautifully compared to the 029 because he came down on the back bumper. Killjules coming down pit road, and I even mentioned that how he pushed it really deep into pit road to get side by side.
He pushed him. He made him speed.
Yeah, but he, as far as we know, BSR Ricky J did not speed.
As far as we know right now, you got 2 laps to clear that, but you know. That's
true. That changes the whole complexion of this race now because that was one of the fastest guys on the track here, and now he is very mired.
Half a lap down because you'd figure he'd probably just drive through real quick.
Robert Bauckham coming out pit road this time by, it looks like.
Yeah, he definitely sped. He locked up the brakes big time coming to pit road. That's those marks you see there. So there comes the 118 doing the walk of shame down pit road. That's what it is.
The old walk of shame. It is. Look at the field here, and everyone's gone very spread out now.
If you're... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it looks like we got the 144 BSR Magoo coming down pit road, Silver Bullet. Magoo was in second, Silver Bullet was in third, so I think that should bring most of the pit cycle. The only person out there, I think, still is BSR Chevy Chase, I think. No, Magoo was scored as the leader this time by, so...
Hey, you let a lap.
First, Silver Bullet was in second, so... This will be right here. Keith MC coming down the front straightaway. This will be where the 28 regains the lead.
There he goes, back to the lead. Keith MC, Mac Daddy in that 28 car. That 28 car, not 028. Because we got an 028. I gotta keep myself sane, you know.
Yeah, that Davey Allison set of wheels there is pretty fast, about 3/10 quicker than the 93 BSR Ricky J last time by. BSR Ricky J just ran his fastest lap on track to 53.057, and Keith ran a 52.79, and the kicker about that is that's not even his fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap for 52.71, so that 28 has a lot of single car speed at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if Ricky J can track him back down here if the 93 car, because the 93 car is clearly fast. We'll have to see if his specialty is more the draft or if it's the long run or how exactly he's been catching Keith MC here the past few times, or if it's gonna be the grand equalizer right here. This time by, it looks like the 93 is faster, so maybe it is something about how those cars are set up, how quickly they adjust to that changing rubber.
And give a shout to this Texaco Ford Mustang, Greg Lovell. Did a good job, fell back on that green flag run, but now back up inside the top 5. Probably by virtue of a couple of those speeding penalties, but also was able to kind of hold off the charge from Andrew Miller in the 86, who's now gone 2 laps down. Wonder, is that 86, has that 86 car retired?
86 of Andrew Miller.
I don't see him out on track.
Yes, he is retired.
Ah, unfortunate.
And you know, yeah, I think Greg Lovell there did probably get some positions by way of all those speeding penalties, but I don't see anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
This track is very much a race of attrition. You come into Pocono Raceway.
There you go.
Raceway.
Okay.
It's very much a race of attrition here. You're just trying to survive, and any man's misfortune is your benefit, and everyone's playing the same game here of just praying to whatever deity you pray to that somebody in front of you is going to screw up so you can get an extra position just to say that you finished
right
in the top 5 here. I've been in that position many times at Pocono where I just wanted to finish in the top 5. I just want to screw up.
I just want to finish, man. BSR Aussie Bill making his first start here on JTN. I don't know if he raced last week when these boys were at Bristol, but friend of the chat, BSR Aussie Bill from the land down under. I feel like that's like an I don't know. I don't know what we do to the Australians. What do you think we do? We're just mean to everybody that's not American, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Is that the stereotype? Probably actually is the thing. But making this broadcast an international broadcast tonight on JTN. Well, Ricky, while we got this green flag run going, do you know what the best place to get any diecast is?
Oh, gee, I don't know, Joe. What is the best place to get diecast?
Oh, CircleBDiecast.com has all your diecast needs covered. Make sure you use code JTN at checkout on your order of $20 or more, and you'll receive free shipping. Ricky, did you hear me? I said free shipping. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I want to sail a ship.
Wow. For free! For free.
For free!
Remember, code JTN at checkout, CircleBDiecast.com. We'll get you free shipping on your order of $20 or more, and it will also help support us here at JTN. It's a great way. If you're a diecast collector like I am, or I know Davey's got a lot of diecast, Tommy's got a lot of diecast, Ricky, you got diecast. I think every NASCAR fan probably has a couple diecast laying around somewhere. They're the best place to go. They're your one-stop shop for all your diecast needs, as well as apparel. You get hats, t-shirts, that kind of stuff. That's what apparel means. They got IndyCar diecast as well. So again, CircleBDiecast.com. Linked in the description below. Using code JTN as your coupon code at checkout, you'll get free shipping on your order of $20 or more, and you'll also help support JTN. You can also check out our diecast reviews here on JTN every week. This past week, I looked at Trevor Bain's Darlington number 40 Plan B sales truck. So go check that out too after this broadcast concludes. CircleBDiecast.com. Use code JTN at checkout.
In the field right now, Keith MC still holding a very nice lead on BSR Ricky J. Seems like these guys kind of have a back and forth here, Joe. Just one lap, the leader runs a faster lap, than the next lap, the 93 does. Big moment here in 54. Robbie Nisus.
He was going. I think he was going down to let that 28 car by, and then he was like, "Wait, I should be up top for the corner."
Either that, or he was trying to save the car because it definitely looked a little bit.
I think he was being nice.
Looked
Now he's in the grass, so maybe you were right.
Cockeyed there.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Since you've been gone.
It looks like everything's all squared away there. So right now, so slow on track, but it looks like he's going to be coming down the front straightaway, so he doesn't go down pit road. Looked like he was about to come down pit road. Monticello in the 028's coming up on the leader as well, so now the leader's going to have to deal with a little more traffic here. Pocono's weird. You wouldn't think you'd be talking about traffic, but
it's not fun to deal with traffic or race people here. It's really a one-line racetrack.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning in with us here tonight on JTN C193. Ricky J getting in the wall there off a tunnel. We appreciate you guys tuning in so much here for this Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Pocono Raceway. Make sure if you haven't already, you hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed here to JTN to make sure you're all up to date on all of our great racing content. We have upcoming races here now on your screen presented by TWB Technologies. Together we are better. The USORL Cup Series regular season finale and a Dash for Cash race from the Michigan International Speedway this Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the ASRA National Championship IndyCar Series from Michigan Monday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have live qualifying coverage there as well. We'll be back next Thursday with the BSR Cup Series from the Martinsville Speedway, a little short track Thursday night race in action for you at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Hobo Truck Series makes their return to JTN on April the 11th at Dover, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And then April 13th, the ALS Awareness 150 with the Excel Racing League from Talladega at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. All live only on JTN. Ricky, a great slate of races coming up. And these fans at home, they're definitely going to want to make sure they're subscribed to catch all of the racing action. Also, make sure they hit that bell icon for notifications.
Yeah, they definitely should. They've got a lot of great things coming up on this slate in the next week or so. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. One thing I'm also looking forward to is forward to the front of the field.
That was bad.
Yeah, I know, right? Notice how clumsy that was. Keith FC.
You got to work on those.
The 028 of Monticello. So Keith FC makes a pass lap traffic here. Ricky J swings it out pretty hard, going through a tunnel turn to get on by. Monticello lets him on by, but Ricky J got very loose there through a tunnel turn, it looked like.
BSR Furco writing in chat with a bunch of checkered flags. Welcome. Wish you were out on track, but glad to see you're tuning into the broadcast.
This one's interesting here, Joe. Leader just ran 53.892. 193 right at 53.336. So I thought the 193 would have lost time last time by with that loose moment in the tall turn, but it looks like, again, loose is fast here. Picked up a lot of ground on our leader. We'll see if he can keep that up this time by. If he starts clocking off consistent laps, he might be able to make a challenge. This 28. We've noticed that we've seen it before. That seemed like Keith MC's car starts to kind of go away later in the run in the sense that it almost tightens up. Like you can't get to the bottom of the turn in one and really consistently around the track. Like turn one, it's about it's not a car length, but it's about, you know, a couple, like 10 feet off the apron, and it just stays like that through the tunnel turn and through turn 3 as well. And it keeps. The only reason why I noticed it is because it's just enough that it leaves a door open there for someone to get their nose in under him. Again, BSR Ricky J, 0.5 of a second faster than the leader last time by. So I'm thinking that 28 is starting to go away a little bit, and Ricky J's car is still holding pretty strong.
I was gonna say, it looked like that 28 car was just it was a lot quicker at the start of the run. He opened up a pretty big gap coming to pit road a lap earlier too. He's probably gonna be in that situation here too. If you're old Ricky J, you're probably thinking about trying to come to pit road a little closer to this 28 car this time, kind of like you did with the 029 car KJ, maybe force him into an error. But if you're Keith MC in that 28 car, I mean, you still gotta be liking what you're seeing because you farmed a big gap at the start of the run, right? You're making your windows to make it to the end of the race, most likely on one more stop, as long as you go 4 more laps here. And, I mean, you're looking good. You're looking good, I think, because you're so much quicker at the front end of a run. That 93 just seems like he's wicked loose. Or maybe a little too tight at the start of the run, but he's not feeling good at the start of the run, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think anything. This probably goes without saying, but I don't think that anything that he's doing right now, with the, you know, I don't think anything with that one lap earlier is really having a factor here. I just think it's
No.
by
Thanks,
nature of his
thanks for
setup. I think it's just.
thanks for shooting my theory down. Appreciate that, bud.
I just don't think we talked about it earlier. That I don't think that one lap is a whole ton. I think it's just because we saw this last time around, last run too, with the 28 and the 029, and it was pretty consistent between the both. The 028 has a fast car. It was just that eventually he starts losing the bottom. And last time by, he actually ran a 53.9 compared to the second place's 53.8. So again, he's starting to pick back up here. It's just now Ricky J is definitely in his draft. He's got that 93's got a little extra help here that Keith probably doesn't want him to have. That's going to make him just a little more antsy.
Yeah, but if you're this 28 car, I mean, just let that 93 maybe think, I got something for him. Dangle the carrot right in front of his face. He might make a mistake. We see that 193 car is really loose off the tunnel. You know? I mean, just... Hey, all I'm saying is there's mind games afoot tonight. There's gotta be.
Speaking of mind games here, Denny Daniels coming down pit road very early.
Yeah, I don't like that.
On track right now. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting strategy because we saw how that worked with Keith MC, that he was able to leapfrog the leaders back to the front
Yeah, but
by short pitting.
Gas,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's going to be where it really gets tricky for that 37 car.
Oh, 54 Nices in the wall up in front of our leaders. Looks like he's going to keep it up there.
Here they come. They're going to catch him at a really awkward spot coming right off of turn 3 here. 28's going to have to hold it down on the bottom because the 54 really can't go anywhere.
Am I allow that old Ricky J to get a run? Maybe not. Never mind.
Yeah, Ricky J still ran the faster lap that time, so...
Yeah, not by that much, though.
True.
Why
But
you
I
gotta
think
tease these folks at home like that?
Well, because I think the leader took the brunt of catch on that lap car. Usually the
How
leader does.
dare you?
That
How dare you
that
tease
time
them?
by 93 looks like he almost... 93 just missed turn 1 completely, and he just lost a ton of ground to Keith MC. So there you go. Now I'm not getting everyone's hopes up. How about that?
Yeah.
CSI Tari Scott coming down pit road, so that's going to be second car.
Yeah, so this cycle is
of our green
starting.
flag pit cycle.
This cycle's starting.
From here, you got to imagine 2 more stops. So probably.
Well, this one and another one. So
Actually,
yeah,
wait.
2.
40, 50. No. 1 more stop.
Yeah, after this
It's
one.
20 laps. So yeah, so 1 more stop
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wasn't
I gotta
refuting that. What are you silly?
No, I quite literally meant 2 stops. Like they would come in at lap 80. Because I didn't think about it while I was doing the math in my head. The race ends at lap 80. BSR Greg Lavelle, 4th place, comes down pit road. So there's another one. Keith MC's not doing a bad job here holding off the 93. This might actually play into his hand. If he can hang on to this until pit stops, that might be a big deal for him here. Especially if Ricky J doesn't come in before him. Because you think if that 93 got on by him, he'd probably pull away. He seems pretty faster.
Oh, the 28's coming to pit road this time, and he really held up that 93.
I think 93 is going to call an audible here and come down pit road.
Oh,
too,
yeah, he's going to go around him. He got past him coming to pit road.
Oh, he's cooking it in there deep, Joe. I don't know if he made it. He was speeding quite a bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Talk about making a big-time mistake.
And now you're Ricky Johnson.
You're just giving back as much time as you can.
Yeah, you are just kind of creeping it. I'm watching him. He's doing 53, 54 all the way down the pit road here. He's really hoping that he can get a little help here. Killjoy's coming down pit road. Killjoy's having a pretty good bounce back for that speeding penalty in 6th spot right now. Never actually won a lap down as far as I saw.
You can't hold a fast car down. It's just I don't think he's going to be able to compete for a win after that speeding penalty. Same with Robert Bauckham in the 118.
Yeah. And 193, BSR Ricky J makes it off pit road. We will see what happens here. They're going to be side by side. Oh, the 37 is going to catch him quick. He is coming up fast.
Well, those fresh tires worked pretty good for that 37. Hope he's inside the window, though. I think he is for one stop.
Yeah, but this is going to be tough for him because I was going to pass these guys.
Oh, go to the bottom, make a pass.
Denny.
You can't sit behind him.
Yeah.
You can't sit behind him right now.
That's a big missed opportunity right there. I know Ricky Johnson was going to have the rubber when they hit the tunnel turn, but the problem is that...
You got to run, you got to take it.
Yeah, he's got to take the shot here. I think ideally he would have wanted to be ahead of these guys, but he wasn't. Even if he could get past one of them, I'd call it a net gain, but now he's behind him on older tires. He's just going to start losing ground to him.
193 not coming back to pit road, so figure he definitely didn't speed there.
So, tip of the captain at 93. If he did not get a speed penalty, then good job for him.
He got the lead coming to pit road, and then he kind of gave it back.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be careful about that. Because, you know, the pit road speed, it's time over distance here. So, in theory, if you're slow, if you just blow through the entry of pit road, then you're incredibly slow. Then you're going to kind of balance that quotient back out to a value that's going to be underneath what the posted pit speed is.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said, but BSR Big Jim writes in great racing tonight, so...
Quick mats.
I like it when people say great racing a little more than you trying to make me feel silly up here, and by silly I mean stupid.
Well, 28 kind of really had to fight the car, almost looked like coming off of turn 3 there.
Oh, no.
See if Ricky J's got a few tenths on him last lap. You can see that he's got a pretty good run down this front straightaway. I think that's where most of his speed just came from. It doesn't seem like he could do anything with it coming through turn 1 here.
Yeah, my theory about the 193 car being bad on a short run compared to the 28 was wrong. Oh, I think we've seen how much those fresh tires really mean, because that 37 was 5, 6, 7. It felt like seconds back when the pits started. Now he's right up here with these guys. So even if he gains or loses time rather, maybe falls back 3, 4 seconds, that's still a net gain on the strategy move.
It is, but you know what else might help him a little bit here? The fact that the leaders are just about to catch a lot of lap cars here. 33, Jimmy Dale, the 4 Silver Bullet. Brain Fade and Magoo were ahead of them, but they just came down pit road. So those guys are out of the picture for the moment, but 93 right in the back bumper of the 28 car. He is pretty much all but pushing them down the front straightaway here. They got to be very careful with navigating this traffic. Jimmy Dale's going to let him on by, but they're going to catch Silver Bullet at a bad spot.
On exit, that's not where you want to catch somebody.
You really don't want to be in. Ricky J just gets that huge run, and you know the Force technically on the lead lap still. The Force stayed out this entire time.
Okay, so he's the leader.
Cars. Yeah. So he's
now he's not.
Rights to fight up for that position. 28, very tight tunnel turn there. It's going to give Ricky J a big run here. Does he stay behind? It looks like he stays behind going into turn 3. We'll see if the 28 can get to the bottom here.
28 with an awkward entry, but the 193 also misses it.
37 did as well. Everyone had an awkward entry that time, by.
That was, what race was it? But it just seemed like everyone just kept missing the corner.
The Roval?
Yes. Maybe?
There are a few of them. At most Darlington races.
Yeah. Chase Elliott fans are now crying in chat. Old Martin Truex just clearing himself. Anyways.
Looking at the track right now. Oh, Monty Keller has a big moment in turn 3 here. Slid it up into the wall, kept it straight, but he locked it down trying to do it, so it was a big plume of smoke out of the 028 car. Got under control, so we stay green, but
here's
good moment there.
Good shots of in-game Pocono. Where you at home? If you got NR 2003, you gotta love all the in-game tracks with the older signage, NASCAR Racing Series signage. You know, can't put the W word in there.
Yeah, put the smoking word. That's ain't good for you.
It ain't.
The track here right now very spread out, but these leaders, man, they've just been glued to each other this whole race. It's made for a really fun time here. Now, Pocono usually gets very spread out, but like this top 2 can't seem to really shake each other. Keith MC gets a few good laps in, and then he starts to struggle. 93 gets a few good laps in, then he starts to struggle, and the MC starts to pull away again. It's just back and forth, and then they catch the lap car, and that's a whole nother wrench getting thrown into the machine.
Yeah, I think that has to do with tire heat. I really do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they might be burning them up just a little too much sometimes. You know, these older tracks, like I said, not a lot of grip here. That's another big thing. Tire heats do me a lot in terms of how the car behaves, and you kind of have to cool down your tires almost.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about, in the sense that you got to be careful about how you're driving it. You have to take a few gentle laps sometimes to get the tires kind of cooled down when you pushed it really hard. Talk about pushing it really hard. Ricky J pushed it really hard to turn 1 here. Right back up on the back bumper of the 28.
Push it real good.
I don't know this song, so that's all you.
Yeah, whatever. Lies.
Hangs out to the lead here. Ricky J got a really good run the last lap, and it seems like he has a few good ones in the pocket, and then, like I said, Keith pulls away.
He's better in turn 1, but I think Keith is a little better down here in 3. What? Turn 4? Oh, never mind. Announcer jinx, gets loose through the center. It's going to allow Ricky J to get to the inside, coming off of turn number 3, and he clears a move. BSR Ricky J in that 193 Voiles trucking machine to the lead here at Pocono, lap 49.
And, you know, you got to keep an eye out here, though, because now that BSR Ricky J's got the lead, he can sort of start to mind his tires, but the problem is we've seen how this has gone. As you see, he actually kind of misses the bottom lane. The 28 actually can get back down low. It almost seems like the leader is getting a little tighter than everyone else, being out in that clean air, which is usually not what you'd think would be the case.
Yeah, because usually that dirty air really screws up the balance on the nose of that car.
Sometimes also just following someone helps you hit your marks better.
Yeah.
But, oh, Ricky J really kicked it out.
He's been doing that every single lap through there. He wheels it.
Yeah, you can tell that means he's putting a lot of wheel into to get to rotate right now. So he's got a fast car, but what we've seen a few times here is that when he was gaining down on the 28, is that he would catch up and then he'd start losing ground again. Will he start doing this again from the lead? Last time by, faster than the 28 Keith MC, obviously, because he took the lead. Had a big run going down the straightaway last time by, but Keith MC, big run here into turn 1. He's going to get to the inside. He's going to get the quarter panel just to the back bumper. Not enough to get that nose in the door, though.
I think they both heard where I said one was better than the other, and now they're just flipping that script on me now.
Another thing that's got to be taken into account is where they're shifting, too, because right there, 28 got right to the back bumper at 93, but he started losing ground when he had to upshift.
Right. I wonder if that 93 is a little... Maybe that's why he's been better down there.
Might be geared just a little bit better, too, for that tunnel turn.
A little more optimized.
That threw very nicely this time by, but, see, Keith MC seems like he's staying in third gear for a lot longer than Ricky J. I know from up in the booth here, we can only tell so much about when people are shifting, but...
Right.
Coming off turn 4, very clearly the 193 in fourth gear, very clearly the 28 in third gear, it seems like. Again, Keith MC really gets a big run to the inside. This is interesting.
Oh, we got a car up in the wall that's nices.
Oh, they're going to get on by him here. This is... Honestly, I'm surprised, Joe, because you saw it. I was mentioning Keith MC could not seem to hold that bottom line when he was leading, and now that he's behind the 93 here, he's hitting turn 1 like it's nothing. And the 93 seems like he's the one that's missing the turn. And they're going to be coming up on the 4 Silver Bullet here. This is going to be for the lap car. Silver Bullet looks like he's been in the wall, might be nursing a damaged vehicle at the moment.
Well, remember, he's only going to be going a lap down, right?
Yeah, so
he can fight it.
He will. In theory, fight for this position.
Come on, old Silver Bullet, fight it. Never mind, he's gonna drop to the bottom, drop to the top. He's IndyCar line and
break that draft.
IndyCar, baby.
Going through turn 1 here, Keith MC kind of doesn't get that low line, so he can't really do anything with our leader. He just kind of has to hold there. He gets any kind of run coming down into the dog leg here. Looks like he stays pretty stationary, but now they're coming up on the Silver Bullet. That's really going to start getting these guys a little out of shape. They got into a really bad spot. You really don't want to catch the car right there going into turn 3. Ricky J clears him, but then Keith MC actually gets hung up on the 4 even worse.
No, that's not good, because this is going to allow this 193 to start to bridge a gap back to that 28. And we're, 8 laps away from the final pit stops, most likely?
Yeah, but, on the same
end of that coin... As I lied, because the 37's coming to pit road.
Same end of that coin, though. He's got the 4 right there, so he's got a draft. You see Silver Bullet racing the leader. He's trying to take that lap back.
He wants his lap back.
Tires.
He's got a fast car.
He must have gotten into the wall there and lost a ton of time, but he's still got a fast car. I think he wants to be up front here. Keith MC right now, I don't know really what you want to be doing behind this 4 Silver Bullet, but I think you either want to get him past the 93 or just out of your way. As he really swings it out loose there, he's going to have to let the 28 on by here. Yeah. He does not want to be racing Keith. He
doesn't want to be running like that in front of these leaders, too, because that would be a really bad feeling if something bad happened, unfortunate happened.
Well, the honest truth, when we get down to the brass tacks here, he is fully within his rights.
Yes.
On the racetrack in terms of racing etiquette to be racing the leader. He was the first car about to go a lap down. So if he's in a condition where he could race the leader to get that lap back, then he is fully allowed to do it. It's just when you lose the leader and then you have second place rearing down on you, you kind of have to pick and choose your fights. By that point, you kind of already lost the battle of staying on the lead lap. If second place is about to pass you, that pretty much means that you're not going to catch the leader. So it's pick and choose in your battles. It's a weird gray area, but I'd say you kind of, when the 28 got him by him there, that's the time to sort of let him go.
Let him go. Let it go. Let it go.
And honestly, if Silver Bolt's on that pressure of tires, these guys will fall right back into his hands at some point. It's just a matter of when.
And I think you just want to keep with them. You just want to make sure you're the first car lap down if something were to happen, you know, knock on wood. You just want to keep right there with them.
On track right now, important thing to note, Denny Daniels following the 49 of BSR Brain Fade. Looks like he's trying to use Brain Fade to get a big draft here down the straightaways. I don't know if Brain Fade's already pitted or not, but
37 has.
37 has. I don't know if the 49 in front of him has, but he's using that car right now as an opportunity to sort of get some extra straightaway speed. An interesting strategy, to say the least.
Take it, man. Take it.
Yeah,
any little advantage.
Man, you can just see it coming off that tunnel turn, how close they get to that outside wall. Turn 3 here, 93 gets it on the bottom, but the 28 gets it on the bottomer.
Bottomer?
Yeah, bottomer.
What does that mean?
Yes. We're across the line for lap 56 here, and now you gotta imagine these guys are probably trying to bide their time here until they can make it on that one more stop. They're not saving right now as far as I can see, so I think they're just trying to as much as they can. 28 gets a big rotation in turn 1, but 93 was right ahead of him to sort of block that arc that he took through the turn. Both kind of entered high and tried to exit down low, trying to get as close to that white line as they could off the corner.
I still think this 28's a little bit better right now.
I think he is. And I think what he wants to be doing right now is getting into Ricky J's head there.
Yep.
Just keep putting the heat on him. Just keep getting close here and see if you can get him to kind of slip up in the turn. We've seen it so many times tonight with a lot of fast cars here. And you see the 93 washes up the turn again. 28 gets a lot better of a run down the bottom. He's got a big run here coming off of turn 3. He's going to be right to his back bumper. Here he comes down low.
Inside, across the start-finish line, give the lap to old Ricky J there at the line, but now the 28 to Keith MC looking for the lead, going down into turn 1, sends it down into the corner, not clear, not clear. They both wash up the track a little bit, give the lead to Keith MC coming off of turn 1.
Watch out, Ricky J is going to have a big run here coming off of turn 1. He's going to be right back in that position. Does he try to make the pass?
Oh, he pushes him. He pushes him.
Right back on that back bumper of the 28 car. He's going to push him right at the tunnel turn here. Is he going to push him too much? That was a question.
We saw that move earlier. Ricky J tried to push that 28 car, and oh my goodness, a little too much speed for the 28. It's going to allow him to wash up. Maybe give Ricky J an opportunity to make a move. Doesn't do so. They both downshift going into 3.
Again, Keith MC washes up just a little bit through turn 3. It looks like the 93 holds that low line just a little bit better. Not enough to get a big enough run to really get back to the back bumper of that 28, but definitely enough to probably log a faster lap. Definitely 3/10 faster than their leader that time by. Looking down pits, 54 just came down pit road. Yeah, this is a great spot for Keith to be in right now in that 28 car, because you got to imagine 2 laps here. They're going to be wanting to pit, so. Yep. And Ricky J's been very good tonight about getting as much out of that pit road speed limiter as he can.
Yep.
He's just been on the absolute edge of that, throwing it in beautifully every single time and just picking up so much ground every single time that he does it. Every time we do pit stops, and Keith wants to get a little bit of a gap here, so that just becomes a moot point.
How much would be too much for you? I mean, obviously speeding, but I
What do you
mean,
mean?
for you,
Space?
how close would you really cut it? I mean, you don't want to speed. How close right now? You're running second. You're right there. You're pretty much equal with the guy.
In theory, you want to get on pit road. You want to hit that timing line.
Right.
Wherever the first timing line is, you want to hit it doing pit road speed. It's just a matter of, where do you slow down to get to that speed? I've seen some guys slowing up in turn 3. I've seen some guys just diving it in, slamming on the brakes. I would be of the mind of getting off turn 3 there and then slamming on the brakes on the flat. Because you can definitely do it there. You could even get in very deep, which we saw the 93 do the last round of pit stops. 28, Keith MC. Maybe he gets a little tight to that dog leg again. It seems like
He really revved
like
the engine too.
It's like a roll reverse. It's like the 93 is now getting back on that low line, and Keith MC looks like he's that time by he gets it pretty well, but he might be coming to pit road. Nope. There's a really good line that time by. I think Keith heard us.
He heard us talk about his line being bad, and he's like, I'll show those guys. I'll show them. I'll run the best line ever.
It looks like the 66 of BSR Terry Scott's on pit road. On lap 60 right now, so theoretically these guys start coming down pit road. They can make it. Nelly comes down. BSR Chevy Chase comes down. 4th and 5th position. Very far back. Killjules in 6th. He's going to come down this time by. See if any more hands are out the window here. At the moment, but we'll...
All right, 28 and 193 got really close to that turn 2 wall, like they always seem to. How is it that there's guys that are just okay with like slamming that right rear quarter at the wall every lap?
Yeah, some people are more comfortable with it than others.
And
okay,
here comes 28 pit road. 1 lap.
Keith MC beat the 93 onto pit road. This is going to give him that 1 lap advantage. We've seen how good short pitting does for you here when it's a very tight interval.
See how that works out. Going back though to Ricky J.
Ricky J clutching it right now. I'm wondering if he's trying to make it so... I wonder if he's trying to stay out so he can make it on fuel now and that he doesn't have to save later.
I mean, we've seen them go 20 laps, though.
Yeah, he was just clutching it big time going through a turn there. Comes back,
yeah,
clutching it again through the tunnel turn.
I wonder if maybe he had to pit that last time and he didn't.
To see here as he comes into the turn 3, he is still under power, so I think BSR Ricky J is going to come down this time by and take his pit stop. Yep, there he goes, and watch how quickly he can take this. Just gets in. Look how deep he gets it in before he gets on the brakes.
Oh,
and again,
that's it close.
We're right in that line, and that's really going to be what decides us here, is how hard he got into pit road, because Keith MC is already going to have an advantage just by short pitting the old 29s into the outside wall around in turn 3.
No caution yet.
No caution yet, and we are still green. Robert Baca comes up on him quick. Terry Scott's coming up on him quick. Is he under power?
Well,
looks like he's under power and on his way.
And folks, let that be a lesson to you not say that you're going to win 3 races in a row. Here's a replay. That's not a shot at him by any means, too. He even said it. He was going to jinx himself. And
looks like the curse of the cold tires there. Just got in very deep and rear end kicked out, and he just couldn't recover it from there.
Curse of the cold tires. Well, here's the interval. There's the 28 car already past pit road. There's the 193.
44 BSR Magoo is going to get right on alongside the 93, but is not going to be able to make the pass. That car's in 3rd right now. Hasn't pitted yet. So as it stands, it looks like Denny Daniels does not really get any real net gain off of pitting earlier than these guys. Honestly, the only person that's going to challenge him for position is probably 49 of BSR Brain Fade, who's, I don't know, an additional 6 seconds behind him. So it's not like it's a huge gamble on his part.
I think Denny Daniels, he's probably on the outside of the pit of making it on fuel. He's probably going to have to pit again.
That is true.
If I did my math correctly, which is not often. Player's gonna look back at these videos and be like, wait, you don't think you do your math right?
28 of Monte Keller sets coming down this time by, so I think that should... Magoo's down on pit road, so I think that should be...
That should be the cycle.
The entire field. Yep, should be the entire cycle. Now, next time by, we'll get our first real lap time between the 28 and the 93 and see who's faster than whom right now. Because there's quite a bit of a gap here, but this is what we saw last time too. Ricky J.
Not this big on the last run. It was the run before that.
Yeah, it wasn't as big. Well, it wasn't as big this time, but it was the same thing that when the 28 started to slip up, Ricky J gained a lot of ground.
Yep.
So we'll see this time by. Last time was 2.4. 52.85 out of the 28, 52.976 and 2.53. It looks like a 28's leading right now with quite a bit of speed. But we've also seen that with the 28 too, is that that speed seems to go away after maybe 5 or 10 laps.
Well, and he can maybe conserve tires right now too. I mean, you got it as the leader and as a veteran, like Keith MC is. He's got to know that he can kind of play with that gap a little bit right now, right? Save a little bit of the tires. You know, you don't have to run 100% right now. Maybe you run 95, 90%, but that's still stuff you're saving. You don't want to. You don't want to miss your marks, but if you do, don't compound that small mistake, right? Don't make it worse than it is.
Last time by, ran pretty much even with his lap time last time, Keith MC, and 93 actually runs slower, so 93 is still dropping down to 2.71 seconds. A little further up ahead, Magoo gets the inside of the 029. They almost make contact, but they're going to be side by side here coming down the straightaway, coming into the tunnel turn. Looks like Magoo gets a position. And that's for the 11th spot, and that's right in front of the leader. So
KJ in that 029 car has just had a bad night go to worse, it seems like. Like you said, curse of the cold tires. Yeah, oh no! Curse of us watching you on TV. Yeah. Magoo, big moment. That was a heck of a save. That's like our good save of the race or clean. I don't know. Making a award up.
Down in the turn 1 grass. He's straight, but looks like he lost the car and then had to save it. Now he's just sitting down the turn 1 grass doing 40.
Hey, you know, I bet you the Pocono groundskeepers will be really appreciative.
Oh, 28's catching these lap cars side by side.
Oh no.
This is not what he wants to see. This is not what Keith wants. He wants these guys all sorted. Oh,
did you see that?
Yes. Oh God.
He's gonna watch this replay. He's gonna watch this broadcast back. And Keith, if you're watching this, you better comment, because that was scary. I was scared. I saw a ghost. I about saw a man's soul leave his body.
And now they're and this is gonna be even tougher. So now Magoo's got fresher tires.
Right.
So Keith MC does catch him. It's going to be a similar situation we saw earlier. And
Magoo really loose. Oh. Big save again for Magoo. He's going to drift up. That's going to allow Keith MC to go on by.
And now here's the problem. Keith MC's coming up really quick on the 54. Robbie Nice's has got some worn rubber because he almost spun. He was riding around the turn 1 grass there. I haven't seen him pit yet, so I don't think he's come back down to rectify that yet. Oh, so close there from 28 to Keith MC. The 54 is into the outside wall. Oh, Keith lost 0.6 of a second to Ricky. 0.7. Sorry, he's 53.698 to Ricky Johnson's 53 flat. He lost 0.7 of a second trying to navigate that lap traffic. That's how important it is here to make sure that you are not on the bad end of this lap traffic.
When we talk about these mano-a-mano battles, like we are right now, it really does come down to navigating the lap traffic. Oh, Magoo in the... he did the loose thing again. I thought he got in the wall. I didn't see. Kind of went off camera.
It's gonna hurt Ricky
now
J's
he's in the wall.
Really bad. Yeah, it's gonna hurt Ricky J's lap a lot because he had to slow up so much for Magoo this time by, but still can quite a bit, about 0.5 faster than Keith MC, interestingly enough.
That 193's coming right now. He's moving.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. We kind of saw this last time too. The gap wasn't as big, but it was like the minute that the 93 started reeling him in, he started the rate at which he was reeling him in was crazy. BSR Ricky J just ran his fastest lap of the race last time by a 52.926.
He's turning on the afterburners now.
Yeah, turn on the afterburners at the moment. And he is hanging it out high, wide, and handsome there off the tunnel turn. He is really coming. And you know, again, not a lot of difference on the lap, but I guess he does have that extra lap in the tank if that means anything by way of tire heat.
Yeah.
But man, he is just cooking it down the front straightaway right now.
Well, now he's he's gotten into that draft now.
0.63.
He's gotten into that draft.
Yeah. He has pulled off almost...
28's clutching out into the corners, too. And
Keith
caused him
MC
to
way
go
up the
wide.
track.
He clutched, and then he popped the clutch back out, or in,
Oh,
rather.
he's got pulled down right in front of Ricky J. Ricky J's gonna have to go to the inside here.
Ah!
Keith MC, if he's got to save fuel, Keith's might be in a tough spot here. Maybe that's why I said it earlier. Maybe that's why Ricky J stayed out that extra lap, started clutching it. Maybe he saw that they were going to be right on the line on fuel here. Wanted to just make sure that he had enough in the bank that he could just run it wide open, not even have to worry about it. But put Ricky J back to the lead here on lap 69. Nice.
Huh?
Coming off turn 3 right now. It looks like Ricky J gets a pretty good run off the turn, but Keith MC's right there with him. Let's see if this time by if there's a flip-flop, and not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but Keith's staying in there on the back bumper in 93. We'll get a better reading next time by because Ricky made the pass then, but you see it now. He just gets tight in turn 1 here once more.
I said a hip, hop, the hippie, the hippie, the hip, hip, the hobby. You don't stop the rocket to the banks. The up chuck boogie with the rhythm of the boogity bee.
And
Do you know that?
oh, Denny Daniels at 37 down on pit road on lap 70, Joe.
Come get those fresh tires. He lost that spot to Brain Fade, who made the move up into third now in that 49 Dodge Dart.
Okay, sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt your funky fresh beat. It was just that's a big strategy play right there.
Well, we knew he was on the outside looking in on fuel.
Yeah.
He pit 4 laps before our leader at the time, Keith MC, and 5 laps before the 193. So
Speaking of Keith MC, he just ran a faster lap than the leader once again. So Keith MC using that draft. It really does seem like the draft means a lot more. Like I know we mentioned at the top of the show that it was going to be something down the straightaway just in terms of getting raw speed, but it's strange. It really does almost seem like it. Maybe
Helps.
that extra downforce kind of plants down the car or something. I'm not really sure.
Well, this is our TWB 10 to go, and for all your outdoor lighting needs, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios and more, GardenLightsDirect.com has all your outdoor lighting needs. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com for all your outdoor lighting needs. Thanks to TWB for our TWB 10 to go. Go ahead, Ricky. I'm sorry. I had to make sure I got to pay the bills, you know?
Coming across the line here with 9 laps to go. Ricky J holds that lead, but Keith MC's close in tow. He's not letting them away. 0.2 last time by, 0.22 this time by. They were about dead even for lap times there.
Now they're both clutching.
Oh, this is going to be really dicey. Are they both good on fuel? Do both of them need to pit? Does that 1 lap really mean that much here? 1 lap on fuel, I would say, does mean a lot, Joe. I really do believe that.
That's 2.5 miles.
Yeah, that is a lot. You really can't save more than maybe a lap here at Pocono on an entire run. It's just such a big task. But Ricky J really hanging it out again off the tunnel turn there. Bring it in deep into turn 4 here. He might wash up the track. He gets really up by the wall there. You can see where Keith got him center off.
You can't do that.
And, Ricky J just scuffs the wall. That's going to give Keith MC what he needs to get a run here if he's not careful.
I mean, just getting a little bit closer to that back bumper, too. You get a little bit better of a draft and a little bit better of a draft, and that's going to give you a good run.
Yeah,
28 takes a wider arc on the entry. He's going to kind of dime in the corner a little bit better than at 93. 93 kind of taking a static line through the corner, kind of holding it a little bit better. 28 really swinging low, swinging high. Trying to figure out a way to get a run down the long pond straightaway.
There's a lot of strategy plays right now, Joe. We saw the 37 pit. 37's at 6th right now, and he pitted. Right ahead of him, Robert Bachman 5th is clutching it hard, like he's just trying to make it to the end from here. So, if hypothetically these leaders had to pit, then you'd imagine maybe he's got a chance at that.
Yeah.
But then again, he might fall into the grasp of the 37 here, who just took tires.
Well, these two leaders, if they pit, I mean, how far ahead are they really? 45 seconds?
I don't know, but they're going to run to an issue right here. There's a catch of 33 of Jim Adeo coming right down the straightaway. Ricky Johnson's going to have a weird line into turn 1 if he's not careful, and he gets back up in time, so he's going to be able to go in the turn the way he wants.
Yeah, but back to these leaders, if they do have to pit, they're going to come down, they're going to take half a can, a splash, whatever they need to get to the end of the race.
True.
They're not going to come down and take 4 tires. It's too late to do that.
That's true.
You've made your bed.
To the tunnel turn right now, you can see it. Keith's down a little lower than Ricky J, getting a little bit of air on that nose on the left side. That should, in theory, help it rotate in most cases. I don't know about tonight. I don't really know what to believe in anymore. But you see it. It's the leader constantly has this issue of just missing the bottom of the turn, and I don't know if it's a draft thing, if it's a dirty air thing, if they're just getting in their heads out there, not having someone to follow through the turn. They're kind of missing what that line initially was, but keeps letting second place get right to the bottom there, hooking that white line and getting right back up to him. Go look now, Kilojoule's a whole second faster than our leaders right now. He is coming with a huge head of steam. These guys might have to let him on by. I think he's got fresh rubber.
Yeah, he does. Remember, he had that spin in turn 3 where the back end got completely torn up. Now with the fresh rubber, just deciding to come take those tires and see what he can get back here. But if you're these leaders, I mean, if you're Keith MC,
big moment there in the tall turn. They were both waggling hard, Keith and Ricky, and they've got the 029 right in their back, right on the TV panel there, and he's going to get to the inside of the 28 here, and this is really going to throw a wrench into this battle for the lead.
He didn't get there. He's all over the back bumper of that 28, giving him a push down the front straightaway.
Oh, it's going to be a big push here, big push. Now, where does Keith go with this? As he's getting the push for the 029 car, he can't really take it anywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't as much as I think we both thought it would be. That 029 really strong on the bottom right now. Trying to get a lap back. That 029 not battling for this lead here. For you, the fans at home.
Oh, Keith goes up high. Ricky goes down low. Ricky tried to IndyCar cut off that draft, and the 28 gets up high with the Kilojoules pushing him.
And we side-by-side through the tunnel. You do not want to be side-by-side through here. Both getting loose through the center of the corner. Still side-by-side off of 2.
And Keith did what I thought you couldn't do. Hold that eye line in the tunnel turn. He's doing it, and he's holding the fender on Ricky Johnson there in the 93. Can he pull this off going to turn 3?
He sent it down into 3 too much. He's in the wall. Holds on to it, but give the lead back to Ricky J. That was a move. He had to try something.
Had to try something, and you know what? He's got another shot at this. He's still got 6 laps left here. And it looks like Kilojoules is just content to hang around back here around these leaders.
He's got his popcorn. He's ready to watch a show.
Yeah, we didn't pay him or anything, folks. He's just hanging around back there. I think he doesn't want to probably mess with what the leader. I definitely would imagine he does not want to mess with what the leaders are doing right now, fighting for position.
Yeah.
But he's got a really fast car, so I think the only thing he can do is just stay on this draft and sort of follow him around here and try to pick up positions as they go around lap cars.
Well, and is he the first car lap down right now?
He has 2 laps.
Okay, so never mind. There goes that theory.
He's giving a big push, though, to Keith MC. My problem is when he's getting right on the back bumper of that 28, can the 28 handle the pushes? And they're going to have more
He's going to
issues.
have to. He's going to have to. We're coming to 3 to go.
Chevy Chase is going to let him on by here, 096 car, but the problem is now they're going to have to deal.
Oh, baby, that
with
029 blinked out again.
28's going to get a big run here. He's going to get right to the back bumper. Ricky J's going to go really up high to try to block it. Keith MC's got a nose in on the bottom. Can he make it stick? It looks like he does, and he's going to get to the inside spot on Ricky J.
At 28 inside, down the long pond straight away. We're coming up to the tunnel turn where we saw the outside guy able to hold it, but not able to complete the pass last time we were in this position. They're flip-flopped from that last time. Keith MC on the bottom, Ricky J on the outside, still side-by-side coming off of 2. Big wiggle wobble there off the corner. 28 has to fall back in line.
And that's going to hurt BSR Keith MC this time by, but he's going to get another shot here. Ricky J looks like he misses the turn a little bit.
He did.
Keith MC gets a great run off the turn. He's going to have the 29 right behind him again, who's probably going to try to push something.
No, he
here.
pushes the 193, but the 28's by. 2 laps to go down the front straightaway, going down into turn 1. That 193 going to have a big push from that 029. KJ back there just trying to make a show for us and the fans at home, working with 2 laps to go here from Pocono Raceway.
Yeah, we aren't paying the 029, but we probably should be. He's just pushing these guys. I don't think he has really any allegiance one way or the other. He's just like, I'm fast. This works with getting on by guys. If I hang on to the leaders, I'm just going to keep pushing them. And like he's just going back and forth here, so he's impartial, as it were. But he's going to get a big moment here with Ricky J. He's really, I think, letting up, trying to push that 193 car to get him back up with Keith MC. Going to turn 3 here, though. It's going to be Keith MC.
Ricky J missed the line again down in the tunnel.
Keith MC kind of has a big wiggle there in the tunnel.
And we got a caution.
And
so,
that might be the race right there.
Coming into the line,
line,
Keith MC's going to win it. White flag in the air. Yellow flag also in the air. What a race. What a race.
What a finish.
Let's see if we can get you a replay real quick. Figure out what happened. I have no idea what happened. There's the lights. Who's around? Is anyone around?
Anyone around? Oh, Joe.
What?
You know what it might be? No, that wouldn't make sense, huh? 54 was stopped on pit road. I almost thought that was what threw the caution. Only tried to cycle back through. We had a bit before the yellow was thrown. That's point of caution here. Going around the track.
Oh, it's the 103 car off of turn 3.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, Nelly. Can't do this. Gets loose.
It hard right into the wall. And it's
ouchie.
interesting because we saw the 029 spin out in front of everyone in turn 3 earlier, and the caution wasn't thrown. The 103 comes down the track here, basically onto pit road, and that constitutes caution.
Well, we were about to see a battle for this win.
Up in the tower here at Pocono. Yeah, that was a... You know, honestly, I don't know. I feel like we just kind of saw the hand there. Ricky Johnson had a really big moment hitting the almost hitting the wall there on that coming off the turn. Take that last lap. I think that probably would have been all she wrote. Keith really only needed a little bit to get an advantage on Ricky J to kind of keep that lead, and it looked like that was what was going to be it.
Alas, it was not. Coming off of turn number 3. What turn 4? I made it the whole dang broadcast without doing that.
April Fools.
April Fools! Keith MC, old Keith McLean, Mac Daddy gonna win it here at Pocono under yellow. But you still take the checkered flag either way.
Big tip of the cap there to Greg Lovell in the 088. Third place. Able to leapfrog the 37. A few guys on strategy here. We didn't really get to talk a whole ton about him. I know we kind of brushed on him a little bit earlier in the race, but walked away third here tonight. Very strong showing for that Texaco machine.
Great showing for that Texaco machine.
Keith's got a long way to go get back to the start-finish line.
Well, glad he has enough fuel, even though we thought he didn't.
But now he's got a whole lap of pacing. He's definitely got enough fuel.
Well, you know, for the fans, you know, for the boys back in the shop. Waving to the campers there. Not going too fast to where his arm blows off, of course. That'd be bad. You ever had your arm blown off?
No, that
in the
doesn't
wind?
sound pleasant, though.
You know, you stick your hand out the window going 50, and it hurts. It hurts. Burn it down, Keith MC at the start-finish line. Or not. Here we go. Ricky J giving him a little pat on the back. Ruining a perfect burnout, by the way. Keith MC wins it here from Pocono. We'll move on to our post-race coverage. Thank you guys so much. Make sure if you haven't already, you hit that like button and subscribe to us here on JTN, the JoeTow Network. You're going to want to make sure you do that because you do not want to miss any of the racing action. All live, only on JTN with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series, as well as all of our other races coming up, including the USORL regular season finale from the Michigan International Speedway this Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have to go now, well, you shouldn't, because you're going to miss these awesome interviews we're about to conduct with our top 3 finishers. We will start with our third place finisher, bringing him up into the booth. He's got the headset down on pit lane. Mr. Greg Lovell, driver of the number 088 Texaco machine. Greg, my goodness, what an up and down night for you in that 088 team.
Yep, got out of the draft, Joe. And when you're out of the draft at this track and no caution comes out, you're in trouble.
Well, we got a caution right at the end, but I have a feeling that was probably a little too late for you and your team. But early on, we saw you kind of got stuck in that outside line. Was that why you lost all that track position too?
Yeah, I was just trying to lay back, Joe, and try to save what I could. Because this track's so hard on your tires, man. I mean, it just kills them.
Was it more a factor of saving tires or fuel tonight? Because we saw guys also clutching.
Both.
I love that answer because yes, right? You were able to rally though, rallying back up to third place. You lost a lot of track position. when we had that caution early, and then we went green pretty much to the end, right? You lost that track position, able to fight, scratch, and claw your way back to that third place finish. What does that mean for you and the team, for yourself as a driver? Because I mean, that's a big accomplishment. I know it's not a victory, obviously. Everyone wants to win the race, but being able to kind of come back from that deficit where you're on the outside of the top 10, 15 seconds back from third place, and then all of a sudden you're finishing third place in the race.
Hey, Joe, I kind of got lucky because Robert had trouble in the pits, and a couple other guys did too. So that really helped me, really, because them guys, you know how fast they are. And if that hadn't have, happened, I would have probably finished 3 or 4 spots worse.
Let me tell you, I do know how fast they are because they've beaten my butt a couple times too. But Greg, thank you so much for taking the time with us. Before we let you go, again, congratulations on the third place finish. The floor is yours. Thank all the sponsors, family, whoever you got back home. Floor is yours, buddy.
I'd like to thank you guys for what you do. Y'all do a fantastic job here, man. I mean, y'all do a great job. I watch all these races back afterwards, and man, y'all do a great job. But I thank Brian Voiles because he's the one that makes sure all this happens, and Magoo for BSR, man, because he does a great job too, and all the other leagues, man. Just everybody. I love this sim, and I'll probably always be here.
And we appreciate the comment or the compliment, and also, I mean, echo everything. Thanks to Brian, Kathy, Voiles, everyone there. Thanks to Magoo and all the BSR admins. And Greg, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us after the race. Congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we get to talk to you next week after Martinsville.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg Lovell, driver of the 088 Texaco machine. All right, now let's move on to one half of our battle for the win here. Ricky, how does that sound?
That sounds pretty good with me.
All right, moving him in, got the headset on. He's a little, I wouldn't say angry. He's got a grin on his face because he definitely saw a really good finish. Oh, that wasn't the side I wanted to hear. Oh, BSR Ricky J.
Nah, man.
And here in the booth.
It was fun. Hello. Yeah, no, it was fun. I saw what was happening. We put on a good show. This track's tough.
Yeah.
I'll say that first off before we go anywhere with it, because I'm sure it looked like we were all over the place the whole race, which we were. But this is one of those tracks where it's just hard to nail a good rhythm down unless you got complete focus. And it's like I'd be all right for a few laps, then I wouldn't. Then I'd be all right for a few laps, and I wouldn't. So it was wild, but it was great to go green all that time. I definitely got some experience points I needed for this track. So.
Hey, third place or second place at Pocono. That's nothing to, stick your nose at, or whatever the phrase is. Golly, I'm tired. It's late. You boys had a marathon tonight here at Pocono. Are you feeling okay? Well, you can't say that word.
I can't say that.
word. I'm glad I was still talking because I think it might have helped. But oh boy,
I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna.
What a terrible night.
Bristol is paws over his ears on the phone with sponsors already. My goodness.
Oh man, I'm terrible.
What are we doing? Let's talk about you coming to pit road, because that was something you weren't terrible at tonight. You were probably one of the best at making up time. Although there was the one time, and you're going to know about it because you're a race car driver. You remember everything. Really aggressive coming to pit road, but that has some consequences too, doesn't it?
It does. It's a risk versus reward kind of situation, and sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. It just all depends on the situation, and it worked in my favor tonight. There was that one time though where Keith started sputtering, and I didn't really know what to do there, so I tried to get around him and gain some time there, and I almost got too much. So.
Well, get a little too much, whatever, right? But
yeah,
well. Oh, Ricky, one more question. If you would have had another lap, would you have done anything crazy? Would you have sent it down into the corner, slide job? I don't know. Do you have any moves left in the tank? Because it looked like you kind of made that move going into 3 that last time.
I guess I wouldn't have full sent it. Probably not. No.
Right. That's rude.
I already destroyed my tires. I knew that Keith was going to be really close on fuel though, so I was kind of banking on that, even though I did destroy my tires. So it's hard to say. We wouldn't have found out until we got there.
Well, I think that's a very PC answer of you. But Ricky, congratulations on a second place finish tonight. Great night for you in the 193 Voiles trucking machine. But before we let you go, thank all those sponsors, all the people back home. Floor is yours, buddy.
I just want to thank this great group of guys here at Bomb Squad for everything they do. You know, and these guys are one great group to be around. Always just relaxing, having fun, having a great time, and just going out there and, you know, giving everything we got on the track too. And it's been great, and I think it'll continue to be great as we continue out through the season. Hopefully even better. I want to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking, and just that's it. That's all I got. I also want to formally apologize for this very informal interview and my language, because I am very exhausted right now. So I just want to apologize for that. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. And
you don't want to be interviewed again?
No, I never said that.
I mean, you said you don't want it to happen again. I don't know.
No,
what am I supposed
hopefully I don't cuss on
there you
podcast
go.
again. Like
there
this.
You go.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's go. Good guy.
I can't be the first one.
No, not the first one. I'm pretty sure old Ricky Collette's probably said something, and I know we had a broadcast last summer, a post-race interview. I think we had our good buddy John Peterson come in and say a couple choice things about the Kroger grocery store. So, you know, hey,
okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Not the first, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I will try to do better next time. This was my fail. I got 7 more tries to actually get this interview thing right. So we'll see if we can get back in the top 3 and you know, hopefully 7 more tries, I should say.
I was gonna say probably more than that.
Try again.
Probably got more tries than that, but
hopefully we have a million more broadcasts.
There you go. Awesome. There you go. I mean, I hope too.
I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm just falling
rambling
on my face.
There you go.
I'm rambling.
BSR Ricky Johnson, 193, Voiles trucking machine. Congratulations on the second place, buddy, and good luck next week at Marksville.
Thank you, guys.
And now, moving down into victory lane. Hopefully we don't grab him while he's talking to a crew member.
What the hell?
Oh, no. Keith, can we talk to you? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mac Daddy, Keith MC, driver 28.
Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy, Haviland machine tonight. You had Davey Allison colors. Beautiful looking race car. We've seen you win in that race car before here on JTN 2 in another league over at Hobo, I believe, on a Tuesday night. So apparently you like these days that start with T and you like winning on them, but I'm pretty sure you like winning on every day that ends in day, right?
I like every day when I can beat Ricky Johnson.
That's gotta feel good. You two are having a battle and we're really swapping lap times. Ricky up here in the booth, he was talking a lot about how like one lap you would be better, one lap he would be better. And I was talking a lot about, you know, he was maybe better down in turn 1 and you were maybe better in turn 3. And then the next lap, you guys would completely flip-flop that on me. You guys were really evenly matched tonight. What went into that? Or what would you attribute that to?
He was probably running my setup and was claiming it was his.
There you go!
That's what he normally does.
Oh, my goodness. he swore up here, too. He swore up here and everything, and you can't do that. And now he's stealing setups. Oh my goodness. Where will it end?
I don't know. No, Ricky's a good guy. I don't know if he was running my setup or not, but we had fun. We were sitting there playing with each other, and then KJ come up behind us there at the end and was drafting with me a little bit to push me back up to him when I'd miss a turn or something. But we was fun. Me and KJ was laughing about it. I don't think Ricky was happy.
Well, you know, who cares if he's happy, right?
Exactly. It's Ricky J.
Exactly. And you got the victory tonight. That's always got to make you happy. We saw a couple times. Turn 3 was a tricky spot. Why was that?
Because it's so slick. It's such a flat corner, and it's really slick when you get back in the gas. If you got your car where it'll turn, and when you get back in it, if you don't have it where you're hooked up off the turn, that's where you lose all your lap time, because you gain momentum. It's momentum. So you get that momentum up down that straightaway and you haul ass down into 1. It makes your whole lap. You screw up coming off a 4 and you're going to have a crap lap.
Well,
3.
Speaking, it's okay. I did it. Literally, I made it the whole broadcast, and then I said you were coming off a turn 4 to take the checkered flag, and like I made it the whole broadcast, and then of course you're under caution right at the end, and I forget. But Keith, you talked about momentum. You got a lot of momentum going into next week at Martinsville. Before we let you go, let's go celebrate this with the fans, with the crew. Floor is yours. Thank all those folks at home, all the sponsors, whatever you want. Floor is yours.
Shout out to Voiles Trucking and Bomb Squad Racing, admins, Magoo, and all the boys over there. They got a great league. Y'all need to come check it out. And just a shout out to everybody trying to get over this COVID stuff, man. I'm ready to move on, take these masks off, and get her done.
Hey, I think everyone's is itching to get back to normalcy. But Keith, normal thing for you to be in victory lane tonight, especially at one of these high tire tracks. Congratulations on the win again, and good luck next week at Martinsville.
I appreciate it, Joe. You and Ricky have a good one.
You too. Keith, MC, old Mac Daddy, Victor here tonight from Pocono. Ricky, that's going to do it for our coverage here from the Pocono Raceway. What a race. What a race.
What a race, Joe. I love Pocono, man. It was just that was such a fun time. You know, Pocono is such a big strategy play, it feels like. Everything spreads out so quickly. It's almost like a road, like we said earlier, it's like a road course. Everything spreads out. Everyone kind of gets on their own strategies, but you always kind of get the top two just gunning for each other the entire race, and it always just makes for an absolute riot. I loved it.
It was a great race, and these guys did it pretty much flag to flag, green flag racing, which is a feat in and of itself, and we'd like to thank all the guys at Bomb Squad Racing, the admins, especially Magoo, for contacting us about getting this whole thing done. Really appreciate you guys having us out for these broadcasts. Really appreciate you, the JTN viewers at home watching these broadcasts, and all the guys that watch them back. We appreciate everybody that helps support us here at JTN and all our leagues that race with us, Ricky. But that's going to do it for our coverage here from the Pocono Raceway here with the Bomb Squad Racing League Cup Series presented by Voiles Trucking. Thanks again to Brian and Kathy Voiles at Voiles Trucking for helping put this thing on, put the league on, and also bring JTN out to the track to broadcast these races. For all of us at JTN, we hope you tune in next time Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time, with the USORL Cup Series from Michigan. It's pretty much going to be a super speedway race, folks. It's gonna have everything you like about Michigan, and then it's going to have a little bit of Daytona, Talladega sprinkled in, so you are not going to want to miss it. Money on the line as well for Dash for Cash. Playoff spots also on the line for a lot of drivers, and it's going to be an absolute duel to see who takes the checkered flag. For all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Klett, I've been Joe Towinski. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and we will see you guys in the next stream, live, whatever you choose to consume here on JTN. Have a wonderful rest of your week and night, folks. Bye-bye. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh,
Maverick!
turn wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.